So as a hog farmer, I get the question all the time, what is a purebred pig? What is a pure breed pig? Let me explain. So pigs, just like dogs, have different breeds. You know, you have two different types. You have your lard pig and you have your meat pig. Lard pig is a pig that has more fat, more so than anything else. And when you go to butcher them, you're going to get a lot of pig fat, a lot of pig fat. Versus the breeds that I typically carry, those are meat pigs. That's where you get a lot of bacon, a lot of pork chops, a lot of pork belly. You get more lean cuts of meat. So an example of pigs who are not purebred or crosses, that's what we call it in the field, is something like this pig here, Shelby. She's about 800 pounds. She don't look it, but my God, that is a cattle gate. That's not a pig gate. That's a cattle gate. And she's that big in comparison to that thing. She's dense as I don't know what, and she's also pregnant at the moment. But an example of a purebred pig is Ginger here. Ginger is a breed called a Duroc. So I have papers on her, and so her piglets are going to be a little bit more expensive because she's a purebred pig, you know. And believe it or not, depending on the breed, the meat can actually look and even taste different, believe it or not. So, you know, people don't get that there's different breeds of pigs, just like dogs, and that's where a lot of people fail with their hog farm. They'll pick breeds like the Coon Coon, and let me just show you. And as you can see here, right, the Coon Coon pig, which is what a lot of people pick, it's not an ideal production hog. It grows too slow, and it doesn't have a good maximum weight. You know, it grows way too slow, and so this is why a lot of hog farms fail, because they have poor education. And they'll come in my comment section saying, well, I didn't make the money that you made because you didn't invest, and on top of that, you picked the wrong breeds. And as you can see, man, there's a lot of different types of pigs out there. But of this list, I could tell you some of them, like Tamworth, Berkshire, large white pig, Hampshire, Duroc, large black. You know, those are going to be your production hogs. But a lot of people pick breeds like, unfortunately, the Mangalitsa. They'll pick the Meishan because the Meishan is from China and they have a lot of piglets. So they think, oh, a bunch of piglets, I can raise them for meat, when you don't realize that's more of a lard pig. And then you got other breeds that people just pick them up and they don't realize these aren't really production hogs. So yes, pigs have different breeds just like dogs. And I want to put this out there so that people can understand that, so that when you start raising pigs for yourself, you don't pick the wrong breed. Always research, always Google what is a production hog before you buy that pig. I'm telling you, it will save you a lot of time, a lot of money.